Xbox is doing something. Now, doesn't that honestly inspire fear? The last time they tried to do something, they effectively tried to milk their already crumbling audience of fanboys. So this time it can only get better, right?
Today, we're talking about a really fun Xbox rumor because it has been floating around really since Halo Master Chief Collection. Ever since that dropped, the obvious next step for Xbox was, well, certainly you're going to take Gears of War and do that whole trilogy as well with all of the multiplayer connected, all of the co-op modes. Like, this is such a pillar for Xbox as a franchise. It just makes so sense. It sells itself. Xbox gives you Gears of 1 Ultimate Edition instead. We're like, okay, so we'll see in a couple years with Gears of War 2 Ultimate Edition and 3 Ultimate Edition, and then maybe we'll put all of those in a collection. We kind of get where we want to go. Well, no can do on that. But for the last about half a decade, it has floated around that a Gears of War collection does exist. The question is, in what capacity? If you already have Gears...
How dead is the Gears of War franchise? I remember hearing like a year or 2 years ago about a new Gears of War game, and it was yet, I guess, or it looked bad. Typical cliche, oh, now it's a powerful female protagonist and stuff like that. What's happening exactly with Gears of War? Isn't this a franchise long forgotten at this point?
Gears of War 1 in its Ultimate Edition form.
In the sense that people are expecting new franchise. You know, people still love the Gears of War series, honestly. It's pretty cool, by the way. But, you know, have people not completely forgotten and abandoned any hope for this franchise to be redeemed at this point?
Is it really just Gears of War 2 and 3? Do you include Judgment in that? What about 4 and 5? Are they gradually added? Kind of like what Halo Master Chief...
Yeah, you know, this one. This thing right here. Yeah, that's the one.
Collection did, where they gradually added the likes of ODST and Reach. Today, we're unpacking a massive rumor mill for the Gears of War collection. It does appear that Xbox is actually doing it, which is the funny part of this story, to me at least, because as I was reading the reactions online, I felt like there was a leap from, oh my god, it's actually real. Like, normally that's the first part of the rumor reaction, like, oh my god, Gears of War collection is actually real, especially after all of these rumors. But instead, just jumping to the...
Also, can someone explain to me what's the point of a Gears of War collection? What exactly does that give anyone?
Part of the collection that could be a bit of a catch. We'll talk about it right now. I'll just say that based off what Jez Corden is saying, he's telling people that he's not sure whether it's true or not, but we should discuss nonetheless on whether or not this missing feature in the Gears of War collection would be a make or break for a lot of people. Welcome one, welcome all. If you're new here, you're into what's going on with Xbox, please consider subscribing. Let's start off with the original source of this rumor. It goes out to Detective Seeds, who put on his Twitter account, Gears of War collection should be releasing early to mid-August. It is PS5 Pro enhanced, and I've been told no multiplayer.
PS5 Pro enhanced. Are you ready to pay $800 for your PS5 Pro Concord tax? I hope you are! Yes, 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 I hope you are!
Player PvP. It is a campaign focus only. Obviously, this brings up questions about...
Oh, great, no multiplayer, so let's just strip the features because this is a cash grab.
Co-op campaign, horde mode. We will get into that, but this kind of lines up with Xbox's month-to-month releases. As you've noticed, they have been getting something out every single month. We have, say, South of Midnight and Expedition 33.
Oh god, this looks so bad, and it is gonna be bad.
In April. You have
no white men allowed.
Of Doom in May. The rumor is Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remake in June. We just got Tony Hawk confirmed for July. So Gears of War in August.
Okay, Tony Hawk is different. Okay, let's take a step back here. Tony Hawk is different, though.
Would make sense to me personally. Why does Xbox want to do this? As I've said many times, this is the Band-Aid rip year. This is the year where even franchises that you know and love and deeply associate with Xbox are going over to other platforms. Why would they do this? They just announced Gears of War E-Day. They're going to make Gears like a multi-platform franchise, basically, with E-Day being a great starting point for fans. And hey, if you want to catch up before E-Day, you can play the Gears collection. Continuing on with this rumor, Jez Corden said that he was looking into the collection rumors to see if he could get something concrete either way. We'll get to the conclusion of that in a little bit, but this is where things get a little funny, and there is an inside story to this leak. Like I said, this has been floating around for a while. Kudos to Special Nick, who has lived and died by this rumor. Him and Jez have gone back and forth. Is it real? Is it not real? He's saying here in this thread that it didn't exist 5 years ago. Nick says it was 3 years ago, which makes him the ultimate leaker. And then Tom Warren says it existed when you started talking about it. So to me, this is just hilarious that potentially Nick's been right this whole time and Tom just kind of left the.
So all of these people are just saying random things as your typical leakers always do, because most of it is just made up fucking garbage because everyone just wants to feel special about being a leaker or something like that. And there's no validity behind literally almost anything ever being said. What a great thing. What a great situation. God, I hate Xbox so much for crap like this and normalizing stuff of this level. Oh my god. If there's some leagues that you never want to know about, never want to really get into, it's probably anything Xbox. Because it's just dumb, okay? That, like, the Xbox leaks, rumors, all of that is just the saddest shit ever, okay?
Man out to dry. Anyway, that's kind of the origin of the leak there. Just quick origin story there. But let's get into what's going on here. Like we just talked about, no multiplayer. Jez steps in, which, no disrespect to Detective Seeds, but Jez is usually pretty ironclad when it comes to Xbox rumors. He has great sourcing, and a lot of his information is kind of take it to the bank level, in my opinion. So He comes home. What did I miss? What's the rumor? No multiplayer. And he says, I too have actually heard no multiplayer. Now, do you think it's going to be a horde mode? He was also.
You know what? I too have not heard. Dude, this is what these people do, okay? This is like Endymion levels of being a trash shill, okay? Someone says, I have a leaker that knows stuff. And they say something that seems vaguely plausible because, again, you can predict a lot of this stuff that's happening. This is how I do all of this. I just don't call myself a leaker because I don't like making up shit. Okay? But you can predict a lot of these things that are gonna happen just by what you see from trailers, from news, from people just speaking about already known stuff. You can figure out a lot of this, okay? Ah, man, I always forgot our favorite shill, but he's from the movie industry. What's his name? He has 2 pugs and shit like that, and it's like he just makes shit up constantly, and he gets literally millions of views every week because he makes shit up that's pretty believable on average because it follows a certain already established logic. What's his name? I can't forget. I always spaz out on this. I always do. But whatever. You know, there's a lot of people like this. And what these people often like to do is be like, someone came out and said, oh, I have a leaker that says this. Oh, if it's believable, you just say, yeah, my leaker said something similar. There you go. There you go. My leaker also said something similar to this, by the way, if anyone's wondering.
Asked, and he says, I hope so, but not sure. I'm double checking all of this at the moment. And when it came to campaign co-op, he said, yeah, co-op, but not PvP is what I heard. So to wrap all of this up, and then we'll discuss, Jez then says, been unable to confirm or debunk this so far, aside from the suggestion that there's some misinformation in the current rumors. I do think it would be an odd thing for any prospective Gears collection to ship without PvP. I'd say don't worry too much about the most recent rumors for now and wait for something more concrete, but we'll see. I will keep digging. And you know, Jez, we'll get something eventually.
Wow.
He'll slip something in the Xbox 2 podcast, no doubt about it. But right now what we're looking at is a little bit of uncertainty surrounding the Gears collection, and I think the reaction online has been shockingly kind of tame, you know, and by that I mean not the reaction to the collection itself. I think there's a lot of excitement for that, but I thought more people would be upset about no multiplayer in a Gears collection, because if I'm Xbox and
Bro, this is what you literally call just playing on a console. You can't, you don't hit any of your shots.
I'm, you know, bringing the Gears collection over to Nintendo Switch
Bro,
owners,
look at this. That's NPC aim.
to PlayStation owners, and also Gears 2 and 3 to PC owners. I want them to experience what made Gears Gears. Now, a big part of that is the fantastic campaigns, the balls to the wall set pieces, but it was also the focus on playing with friends. Like, it's a game that you'll play if you've never played Gears before and go, oh my gosh, like, I didn't realize that outside of Joseph Ferris and Hazelight, there were actually companies at one point who were making pure co-op experiences. Now you can play Gears by yourself and still have a great time, but again, if
Yeah, I mean, no game is good typically because it has multiplayer if it's meant to be a single player game. It lives and dies by the single player. That's just the reality.
you're trying to, I think, market to a new audience who's going to eventually funnel into Gears of War E-Day, at least that's Xbox's hope, you need to sell them on everything that makes Gears Gears. Part of that was the multiplayer. Now, hey, I'll raise my hand. I am awful at Gears of War multiplayer. Terrible at it. So I will admit, I was more of a Halo guy. I did not play much Gears of War multiplayer. I was always getting two-pieced. I was not good with the wall bouncing and the floating and the cover and the movement. Like, y'all who are good at Gears multiplayer are like another species to me. Like, you are sick at video games. I am not afraid to admit I am not one of those players out there. So I never dabbled much in PvP, where I know I personally didn't care too much when I saw this, but I'm also like, again, you want to sell people on what made this such a long-staying franchise, and it was that alongside the multiplayer elements like co-op campaign and, of course, Horde mode, first introduced in Gears of War 2. This is the mode for Gears, above all else in a lot of ways. This is the thing that you'd hop into Xbox Live party chats, let's do a Horde mode run, how long can we survive, the clutch.
I can't. The aim is just something else. It's just from a different world. I can't. There's a reason. I love console players to the death when it comes to aim assist shit. It's like, oh, every console player is like, oh, aim assist doesn't matter. It's not why I play on console. Aim assist doesn't matter. The moment aim assist is off or it's not good enough, everyone just instantaneously screeches like there's no tomorrow. But when the aim assist is good, everyone's like, oh, aim assist doesn't do anything. Then why don't you turn it off? Oh, no, relax. Console players, Jesus. And Xbox is the worst. Again, it's like, PlayStation is kind of crap, but my Xbox fanboys are just, if Vogue didn't exist, then Xbox fanboys would still be at the top of, oh my god, you're so annoying because you have this necessity, inbuilt want to just, for some reason, be known as the best in an extremely arbitrary, no one else but you care sense. Why? It's just, why is it always Xbox?
Plays, the intensity, like, this is Gears. I think that would be the big miss here. If you're not doing multiplayer, how can you do online Horde modes? That would be, I think, just a weird caveat in all of it. So that's why I struggle to believe the rumor, because I'm like, if you leave out multiplayer in, say, PvP, how do you manage to do co-op? How do you manage to do Horde mode and have that fraction of the game online if you can't get the other part of the game online? Now, I think a lot of people understandably pointed to Halo Master Chief Collection. It is in a fantastic state right now. You've got all the Halo you could ask for. This is actually a technical achievement in a lot of ways because it's slipping and sliding between different game engines to run all these titles. But at launch, as many of us know, Halo Master...
As a player of video games, I don't care about is it a marvel of game engines or shit. I literally could not care less. I just want a good game. I don't care what kinds of hoops and loops you need to jump through. I don't care if you have to sleep in your workplace to make it, just make it.
Master Chief Collection was a very big disaster, and that was supposed to be the crown jewel for the Xbox One generation to really set things off big time. Like, that was the skyrocket moment at the end of the day. But what ended up happening was it was busted and was instead, to many people, the crown jewel of a failed generation for Xbox. And it always buzzed me out because, again, I think those first 2 years of games for Xbox One were sick. It was why I was a day one owner of the Xbox One, despite the price tag and the awful business practices. I was like, these games look great, man. So that's what I'm here for. So is it possible that Gears of War slipping and sliding in just different SKUs is potentially a tough ask for a technical lift? Personally, and it's easy to, I'm in my armchair right now. We're armchair game deving. Gears of War, if we're talking just engine level, the first 4 entries in the series in particular.
Man, I'm just waiting here to hear the perfect dark Wait, what? Okay, what is this abomination, okay? What is this Pokemon? This is the new one, right? Because it has all of the trademarks. Uselessly elaborate costume, no boob armor because reasons, and everyone loves boob armor. Karen hairstyle and an attitude to literally crack diamonds. Okay, what is happening here with the Gears of War franchise? Is there a way out with this? Or is it literally perfect dark Karen tears of stupidity? Anyway, I think that's it. That was Mr. Matty Plays 10 out of 10. Bye!